Welcome back. If you've been through all of Module 2, you now understand the discovery framework. You know what discovery is for, and you have multiple ways to establish whether there's a real fit between your prospect and your solution, without pressure and without sounding salesy. You won't ask the same questions in the same order every time because discovery isn't linear. But most people find it helpful to have a reference structure. So here's a simple discovery flow using one example question from each stage we've covered. Think of this as a guide, not a script. You'll notice some of these questions are simpler than the ones we drilled earlier. That's intentional. They serve the same purpose. The goal is not memorizing lines, it's learning the pattern. Take what they said and ask them to define it more clearly. Learn the patterns deeply, then use the simplest version under pressure. Here's the flow. First, opening discovery. What's going on in your world that made this worth a conversation? Next, in understanding the current setup. How are you handling that today? Then clarifying vague answers. Can you walk me through that? Next, deepening. What tends to happen as a result? Then revealing the gap. What, if anything, feels like it's missing right now? Next, clarifying the meaning of the gap. Can you say a bit more about that? And finally, priority. If nothing changed here, what would that mean for you over the next few months? That's discovery, not as a script, but as a sequence of intentions. You're not trying to persuade. You're evaluating fit. Use questions that feel natural to you. Adapt the language. You can create your own, as long as they serve the same purpose. If you can lead a conversation through these stages calmly, you know how to do discovery. For some of you, this is exactly where your role ends. If you're an SDR or setter, this framework gives you what you need to identify whether a real change is being considered and whether there's a fit worth progressing. For others, this is just the foundation. If you're carrying the deal yourself, the next step is to build on this clarity. In the next module, we'll focus on problem and impact, how to explore consequences clearly, and help prospects decide what makes sense to do next.